Hey everybody, Bearded Chief back here. Hey, before we get started on the review, I gotta let you know something. We just went over 200 subs like a week ago, a little bit over that now. I'm so ecstatic, I'm so happy that just made my day. But I want to give a special shout out to Miss Meredith. She is the wife of Brian Shadwell. Brian's the owner of Bearded Rack. Miss Meredith, thank you for being number 200. That was awesome. Love it. Okay, without further ado, Voodoo Menscraft. Been wanting to try Voodoo for quite a while. There's a lot of my peers out there that have been raving about Voodoo lately, and a lot of my friends in the beard groups, especially the BBU, have been talking about Voodoo Menscraft. Special shout out to a friend of mine, Kevin Pope. He's blue collar bearded, Kentucky beardsman. A bunch of guys out there, Dumbledorable. These guys just rave about Voodoo. So, okay, Chief's got to get on there and try some of this. So I did. I ordered it, got a hold of Alex. And the one I ordered, honest to God, I didn't care what it smelled like. I was buying it just simply for the label. And I know that's not right, but that's me. I was going to buy this anyhow. A little insight. You know, Chief was in the Navy, obviously, but Chief was also a police officer for 4 years at a small little base out in the middle of nowhere. And this one is Protect and Serve, cobalt blue bottle, and it's got a bunch of police officers in what looks like riot gear. Who wouldn't want this? Very cool. And scent profile, excuse me, let's start with $17.99 for 1 ounce. We're looking at spiced amber, black amber, tonka bean, tobacco leaf, tobacco caramel, oak moss, and some musk. Now, I get some caramel out of that. I get the oak, and that tonka sweetness comes out. Very, very nice. It kind of reminds me of simply like a upscale coffee shop where they've molded all these scents, and you walk in and you get all those scents, the caramels and the sweetness of all the other things. That's what it is to me. It's a warm scent. I really like it. And I got this one in a different blend because I wanted to try both blends. I got the 50% emu, and this one is 50% emu, sweet almond, apricot kernel oil, avocado, vitamin E, and fragrance and essential oils. And the next two I'm going to talk about, they are 50% cacay oil, and cacay it's a pretty pricey oil, and it's got a lot of fatty acids as well as vitamin E, vitamin A. It's supposed to have 50% more vitamin E than argan oil, which is really good, and it's all a very high level of retinol. Very, very good quality oil, and I never heard of a beard company using cacay oil, and I was like, cool, I'm going to do one emu because I know emu, and I'm going to do the next two cacay. And obviously this one's a different color. It's real light, and oh, sorry, I didn't show you the color of this. It's obviously the emu, white, and it's a medium. Okay, and back to these guys. It's really thin. It's got that beautiful gold to it. Very light. It's yellow gold. Very nice. Now that I showed you the next one, this is Spartan. And more background on the Chief. I come from Greek ancestry and Scottish ancestry, so Spartan kind of had to have that too. $17.99. Spartan is Palo Santo, patchouli, cedar, saffron, mahogany, and teakwood. I get that Palo Santo punch, but then if you're like an exotic woodworker, like I do a lot of woodworking. Well, I used to, not as much anymore, but mahogany, some teak woods and stuff. And when you're sanding and cutting and you get that, it's real fine, like sawdust. It's not like, pine sawdust. And you get that in there and you just love the scent. I fell in love with that. And I've used quite a bit. There it is. I've used quite a bit of that. And I've actually got some compliments at work. Oh, Steve, you smell good. What do you got in beard today? And I'll be like, oh, it's such and such. And then somebody was standing next to us, and like every time you walk by, I get that smell, and I'm like, "Is it a good smell?" Yeah, it's really nice. So you get some compliments, and I tend to put it on, and not long after you're like, "You can still smell that?" Okay, you go nose blind, I guess. But other people, it's a fresh scent to their nose, and they like it, and I'm happy with that. I don't want to have a pungent scent in my face all day long, but I do like to have a long duration. And I couldn't tell you the duration on these because, like I said, you kind of, you level out, but other people were telling you, man, you smell nice. So that's a good thing. Okay, the next one. It's Corleone. I got to tell you something. This is good stuff. That was really bad, wasn't it? That's just Corleone. Okay, Corleone's patchouli, cedarwood, grapefruit, cocoa butter, and cashmere. Okay, I like sweet patchouli. I like cashmere. Love oud. Love grapefruit. Grapefruit's, it's in there and it's nice, but it's not the star of the show. What this is to me, real quick story. Before I joined the Navy, my father and I were walking through the mall when malls were a thing back in the day, and he seen this trench coat, dressy trench coat. It was cashmere, black, and he just oohed and awed over it, and he couldn't afford it, and yeah, I couldn't either. But the store was still open when I came home from leave. Not long after I joined the service, I came home on leave, and it was in the window, and I went in and I bought it for him, and it was an emotional thing for him because, you know, it was a dressy piece that he couldn't afford, and I got it for him. And when he passed away, I gravitated towards it, and I own it now. And when you throw that on, there's a scent to it. It's not overpowering, but there's a scent to that cashmere that's just it's warm and inviting, and it's just one of those memories. I don't know why it struck me like that, but you know, that woofed over you as you're putting your coat on, just that little hint, and that reminded me a lot of it. And I really like that one too. I've used that one right down to the label almost on that. Love his bottles. His artwork is top notch. And I like things that grab your attention. I like color. I like things that pop. And all three of those pop. Spartan's a little bit muted, but you can definitely tell it's a Spartan on there kicking somebody's ass. Really dig that. Okay, next. Got me a bar soap. You know I love my soap. And I could bury my nose in this all day and live in this bag. It smells delicious. And speaking of the bag, it's actually washcloth. Scrub your W yourself up in it. Got a little drawstring. Very cool. I haven't used any of it yet, so I can't tell you what it lathers like, but I'm sure it's going to be fine. But that's going to be a number one soap pick if I do a soap pick this year. That may be a number one or number two. It's going to be up there. Fell in love with this soap. I didn't want to show you guys a beat up bar soap, so it's still brand new, so I can't give you a full-blown review on it. That's okay. Not last but not least. Butter. And we're upside down. No, yep. 2-ounce butter. Also mixed with cacay oil. And I've been beating the crap out of this stuff pretty good. Oh, dropped some out of there. This isn't the consistency I'm used to. The cacay is thicker. And actually, I'll take that little piece. And it's more dry until you start to break it down. And it breaks down really nice. And it goes in beard real nice, and your beard feels really nice after about 10 minutes. I actually put some in about an hour ago, and it's nice, and you don't need a lot. Actually, that little bit I had there would probably do you, maybe a little more. Because also, once I'm done, taking care of my beard, I rub my chest and my arms and just get that good oil all over your skin, because this stuff's really great for your skin, especially your elbows, dry areas. Anyhow, really nice. Unscented. I'm a fan of unscented for the simple fact that I have a ton of stuff, but I don't have the match. So you gravitate towards an unscented. And that's what I've been doing a lot of lately is the unscented. Love it. Oh, and it is, sorry. How much is that? $21.99. It's refined organic shea butter, cacao oil, sweet almond oil, apricot kernel oil, and avocado oil. Sorry, kind of put that backwards. But anyhow, last but not least, I needed some new conditioner, and I'm running low on all the other companies I bought from. 8 ounce, this is going to go for $15.99. It's great. It does what it's supposed to do. It's not great. It's not bad. It's right there with everybody else. It does what it's supposed to do. Your beard's nice and soft. It does, it's right on cue with everybody else. Can't say it's the best. Can't say it's the worst. But I'm telling you, it's right there with everybody else. Can't go wrong with it. The price is good, and makes your beard feel good. And I tend to condition maybe twice a week, depending on what's going on, what my beard feels like that day, what my beard tells me it needs. But about twice a week. I've used probably, I don't know, an ounce. I try to use maybe about a quarter, maybe a little bit thicker than a quarter, and get it in my beard. And I'll let it sit in my beard at the sink. And I'll comb it through and massage it in and do all that stuff before I even get into the shower. I want that to have time in my beard to do its magic. And like I said, right on cue with everybody else. Superstar, bad, nope, right there. Just fine, no worries. That's about it. Had a good time. Love this product. I can agree with all of my peers that have been putting on Voodoo. Completely agree. The scents are amazing. They're different. They're unique. The artwork is incredible. The owner is super nice. And thank you, Alex, for giving me a shot, and appreciate you. And truth be told, I don't know what's coming up next. Might take another couple weeks off and try to go through some of my product. Hey, if you liked the video, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. And we'll see you probably 2 weeks or so. Chief, out. Bye-bye.